Alright, welcome back everybody. Tony from No Guts, No Gluten. Today we're going to do our Sunday dinner, and it's going to be ham and scallop potatoes. So, of course, you know there's flour in scallop potatoes, for the cheese sauce. So I'm going to use gluten-free flour to make my cheese sauce. So, alright, let's get started. So I'm going to use probably about 5 to 6 pounds of potatoes because I have potatoes left over, and going to use them all before they go bad. The price of everything nowadays, got to use it while you can. So I'm just going to cut one potato, and everybody knows, the slicing skills from previous videos. So we're just going to start, and then we're probably going to make them about 1/4 inch thick, 1/8 to 1/4. And then, of course, you always want to keep your fingers, so when you're slicing anything, grab it, thumb behind the fingers, and just use this finger here as a guide. You use this as a guide, not to whip people off. So everything's much happier that way. And then you just take your knife and just go down. And when you get to the end, don't cut your fingers off. Just go ahead and do that. Alright, so I'm going to put these with the rest. I got them soaking in water. We're going to take these over and put them in the sink with the other ones. And then we're going to start with the butter and flour, the start of the cheese sauce. So basically all you're going to need in the ingredients is potatoes, butter, gluten-free flour, salt, pepper, milk, chopped onions, and shredded cheese. So I went ahead and, like I said, sliced my other potatoes, and I'm using a block cheese, so I went ahead and shredded that. So probably about 4 cups of the shredded cheese, 4 to 5 cups. If you like more cheese, add more cheese. Let me bring you up here so I'm not talking, you're not staring at a cutting board. So 4 to 5 cups of cheese. If you like it cheesier, add more cheese. Milk, probably I'm looking at like 2 cups of milk, and I'm gonna use some chicken stock too. So this recipe I found online calls for 5 cups of milk, but I'm gonna use probably like 2.5 cups chicken stock, 2.5 cups milk. So just to give it more flavor, salt, pepper to taste. Yeah, so I got the butter melted already. I'm going to get these over there, and then we're going to make a roux, or onions too. I'm going to add like a half to maybe all of a medium-sized onion. If you don't like onion, you can leave it out. As always, if you don't like something, 9 times out of 10 you can admit it, unless it's one of the main ingredients. Like if you didn't like potatoes, then you couldn't make this. Well, I guess maybe you use turnips or something, or but all right, let's get started. All right, in here I got a whole stick of butter, which is 8 tablespoons, and I'm going to add 8 tablespoons of gluten-free flour. Okay, now we're going to stir this around. We're making a roux, and we want the flour taste to be cooked out of here. So leave this go for, I don't know, 3 minutes I'd say. And then we'll turn this down a little bit. And then we'll get 2 cups of chicken stock. Alright, so I'm going to slowly add your chicken stock. And then we can add our 2 cups of milk. And then we're going to turn the heat back up. Okay. And we'll also add our seasoning. So just salt and pepper. Then we'll let this come back up to a boil. And as soon as this comes up to a boil, then we're going to add our cheese. So I'll bring you back when it comes up to a boil. Alright, now we're coming up. It's thickening up real nice. So right now, in culinary terms, this is a bechamel sauce. So the bechamel or white sauce is one of the 5 mother sauces. So if you want to look that up, feel free. But from here, you can make several different sauces. You can make your Alfredo. You can make, as a cheese, we're going to make a cheese sauce. So, alright. I think we're at the right place to add our cheese. So I just got, like I said, a brick of the cheddar cheese. I'm just going to slowly add this in and keep stirring and turn my heat almost all the way down. And then you can add as much cheese as you like. Just closer. You can almost use this to make broccoli cheddar soup. Alright, we're going to give that a taste. I think I'm going to go a little bit more. And also, if you wanted to add different types of cheeses in here, you could do that also. You can make it a 5 cheese, and then this is also good for a macaroni, mac and cheese, which, I'm going to see if I have any left over, and who knows, maybe I'll do another video and make homemade mac and cheese. But this is the same principle you'd want to use for cheese sauce. Alright, I'm going to give that a taste. And also, you know, we can salt and pepper the layers as we go. Yeah, you can see it's coating the spoon very nicely. Alright. Okay. Probably can use more salt and pepper. And then also, again, you want to layer the potatoes. You can also season it there too. You know what? I think I'm just going to add all this in there. And then I'll just mix this in with the potatoes instead of trying to layer and everything. Alright, so we want to make sure our potatoes are dry. So, oops, I'm just taking a paper towel or a napkin and then just running it through the potatoes. And then they don't have to be completely 100% dry, but the more moisture you get off of them, the better. So like I said, this is about 6 pounds of potatoes. It's just the last of the potatoes I had left over. Alright. Make sure I don't have any paper towel in there. Alright. So now we're going to add our layers. Okay, and depending on your seasoning taste, you can, like I said, add salt and pepper here. Let me go grab the cheese sauce. Alright, again, and let's see if we can bring you over here. And go a little bit more seasoning, salt and pepper. Alright, now the onion comes in. And then, like I said, you don't like onion, don't add onion. But onion is good on everything. Onion. Well, maybe not everything, but. Alright, and I have a ladle here. Excuse me. Let me just go ahead and give us a drizzle. Drizzle my nizzle. Or shizzle my nizzle. Shout out to Snoop there. Alright, then we're gonna go and add some cheese. And it's just pizza cheese that I had left over. Because, you know, trying to use everything up. And if you wanted these thicker, you could cut them thicker. But make them consistent size so everything bakes the same. And cheesy potatoes. Alright, so the rest of these are going on. Okay. And the last layer. The rest of the onion. Well, and this is only half of the onion. So I think I'm going to add about that much more. Okay. I'll just hit this up with a little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. Then I'm going to bake this at 350, covered, I think for about 30 minutes, and then uncover it. And I'm also going to bake it on a sheet pan. So, alright, I got some enough cheese sauce left over. So, I'm probably going to get some elbow macaronis and make some mac and cheese. So, alright, I'm going to get this covered. I'm going to grab a sheet pan and we'll get her in the oven. Alright, for some reason my camera is on slow motion. I didn't realize this till I'm doing the editing part. So basically, I'm just saying that the potatoes have been covered in the oven for 30 minutes at 350 degrees. And then I'm going to take the cover off and try to see how soft the potatoes are by trying one. So at this point, they smelled delicious. And as you can see, everything is all nice and ooey and gooey. So I'm going to put these back in the oven, still at 350, for another 45 minutes to an hour. Look at all that cheese. I'm just going to give everything a quick stir. And then put back in the oven. Now, this is about 40 minutes into the cooking process. I'm going to give everything a stir and throw them back in the oven after I try a potato and see how much longer. It should be another 10 or 15 minutes in the oven, still uncovered. So after I stir everything, I'm going to grab a potato. All right, now that these have baked for a total of an hour, 30 minutes covered, 30 minutes uncovered. I'm just going to give it a little mix. You see how everything's still bubbly. So everything's nice and cheesy. Everything is still looking nice and you see cheesy. Like, nice golden brown on top. That's what you're striving for. So we're going to give this one final taste. So I'm going to give it a taste to make sure everything is done. And depending on the size of your potatoes, you know, you may need another 10 or 15 minutes. I mean, it's... And if you like your potatoes a little bit more al dente, you know, you can cook them for less. But I think this is the perfect time for these and for the size. So basically, you know, this was gratin potatoes or scallop potatoes. Cheese sauce, you know, made from scratch with gluten-free flour. And hopefully I can figure out what I did so I'm not in slow motion anymore. But thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe to the channel. And every video, I promise I'll get better. So we're gonna end the video, and don't forget to like and subscribe.